Hi there, this is me, Snow City Tarot. Welcome back to my channel. Today's topic is going to be a prediction for May 2022, what's coming up for the month ahead. And I want to first say thanks to all my new subscribers and commenters. I do appreciate your support. If you're interested in supporting me more, you can always buy a private reading from me down in my Etsy shop. That's down in my description box below. Or you could buy a tarot deck from me in my eBay shop, which is also down in the description box too. So today I've got the 4 piles here. If you're interested in knowing what they are, we have, I guess you guys can see it okay. We have group 1, which is sunflowers in a Starbucks cup, like kind of like with the dome lid. We've got this like can of lemon and sunset. We've got a milk carton box of this little lady in like a terrarium, sort of. It's like a terrarium, or I don't know. I really like these these illustrations, but it is weird for me to describe them. And then we have this last one here, which is a rose water bottle. It's probably the most simple out of all of them. Just simply rose water. This will be 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you have difficulty picking a pile, some people have difficulty using their intuition to pick something, you can always go down to my description box, and there I've got instructions on how to pick using a number generator. And personally, I prefer to use a number generator just because I'm very attracted to color and shape. So it doesn't, so I'm less drawn to things based on what they look like and more about, you know, what fate has in store for me. And that's why I use number generator. And I've noticed that it's quite successful. Of course, anybody here who wants to use their intuition, you can pick using that, no problem at all. But if you're like me, the number generator method is pretty good, I want to say. So if you would like to try that out, my description box has the directions on how to do that. So if you're picking intuitively, though, please take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And I want you to close your eyes and ask your higher guidance, guardians, angels, ancestors, gods, goddesses, psychology, whatever it is that you use. Go ahead and ask that. And once you've taken a moment to be calm, collected, and you feel like you're not attached to the outcome in any way, then you can go and open your eyes and then select whichever one you're drawn to. So with that said, you can go down into the description box and get the timestamps to your pile there. And yeah, so let's get started with the readings. I'll start with group 1. Okay, hi group 1. So this is, for those of you that picked this little sticker here, this is your reading. So I'm gonna take this in just a minute. I think I'm going to do tarot first, actually. So, and then I'll be showing you what these oracle cards are. So let's take a quick look here. Okay, we'll start here. So, okay. So what happened, am I seeing? What happened last month, and then what are you going into this month? So it looks like, man, last month might have been a real downer for you, group 1. I have the Hermit here representing this, you know, your events and things that happened in the last month. And it didn't look like a whole lot, but, you know, there could have also been a lot of time by yourself. Like maybe you were just feeling lonely. Maybe you had to study a lot, though, too. So for some of you, it'll be a different story for everyone, but this is the general energy of what you were experiencing. For some of you, maybe you were ostracized. For others, maybe you guys had to willingly lock yourselves away to focus on studies or focus on something important. For some of you, maybe you guys were sick and you had to stay home and you couldn't really go out and see anybody. So it seemed like April was a little bit of a wash for you. Things didn't things were not as social as you'd like. For some of you, you value the experience, but for others, if you're social butterflies, it really didn't help you very much. The Five of Swords is here showing that, there is this feeling of maybe being betrayed, or a feeling of not being on the up and up. For some of you, maybe you were being reclusive and you feel guilty about it. But this was April, so this is just the past energies that you're coming out of. But yeah, it looked like it's kind of a challenging month for you last month. And, but what's good is I'm seeing Ace of Pentacles here. This is what's going to be happening in May. New beginnings. Thank God, right? Planting seeds. For those of you that are gardeners, this may literally be you planting seeds. For those of you that are interested in getting a new job, this will be saying that new job offer may be there, or you may be this could be the first day of the job. So it's very it's positive, it's optimistic, it's new beginnings that actually give you a sense of physical or some kind of sense of security in your life. So if it was a test that you were studying for, you may have done the test by now and then say, this is you getting the grade. And you're like, oh, thank God I can graduate, stuff like that. So it's a good sign. You have good things coming up for you this month ahead. For those, though, who have the new job, this is you maybe getting your first paycheck this month and being like, oh, thank God, money. I love money. Or say that maybe somebody gives you an answer for something that makes you feel emotionally secure later on, too. So and the thing is, though, it's something that gives you the feeling of a bright new future ahead of this. So it's really nice, honestly. I think that this is going to be a good month for you. How you're going to feel about it, Three of Wands. Exactly like I said, it's going to give you this feeling of foresight. Like, okay, because this happened, I kind of can get a better understanding of the trajectory of my life. Maybe it's just for the month for some of you, but this could be a big enough event that you see the trajectory of your life, like 20 years from now, based on the events of this month. So there is a lot of potential here, and Three of Wands indicates growth. So you're really going to feel like things are looking up, things are doing well, and that, there's work ahead of you and you're aware of this, but you're also feeling like any work that you do now is going to be for the greater good. So, who will you be in the month of May as a result of this stuff? Knight of Wands. You are going to be ambitious. You are going to be ready and roaring to go. You're going to be ready to travel. For some of you, you may actually travel. For some of you, you may emigrate even. You could be going on a vacation, though, as well, too. But for the most part, I think that with the setup here, this is you kind of charging out of the month of April into the month of May and even into the month of June with this new renewed sense of energy, of a renewed sense of direction. It's really good energy to be in. So let me go and look at the specifics, what we might be looking at here. Just move them so they're nice and neat. So, oh, wow, look at that. Okay, for some specifics this month. What else we have? Close-up dog. Close-up pleasure with a close friend. Ram. Look, we've got two rams here. Are you guys Aries or have Aries moon rising? Because that might be representing you here. For some of you, you could even have Aries as your 10th house if this is career focused. This could be suggesting something about that too. So, and then you have, but Ram, it says a stubborn and aggressive person. Basket, recognition and reward for merit. Yeah, now that's interesting too, because I said that 10th house, right? Some of you may not know your astrology. That's okay. You can always get a reading with me and I'll tell you. But with this basket here, recognition and reward for merit, we could be very well be looking at your, some kind of reference to your 10th house career topics. So this could be regarding your career. This could be regarding your reputation and literal awards or recognition, because that 10th house is usually where we see those things developing. So as for details, we've got Venus in the first house and Aries. So Venus and Aries in the first house. This is a very, this is a indicator that you are going to have a lot of kick to you this month. Venus in Aries is like, I like what I like and I'm going to go get it. And I'm not going to let anyone stop me because I'm going to fight for it. Like Venus fights for the things that she wants because Venus represents what we want, what we like, what we appreciate and things like that. And this is like saying that you are going to be maybe more aggressive in getting that. Like, I want to go and get it and I'm not going to let anyone stop me. And when this comes to the first house, it's like, you're not going to let anybody tell you how you think. You're not going to let anybody tell you what you look like. You're going to be the main determination of who you are and what you stand for and what you want. And normally this isn't indicating something where something happens to you. I don't think something's going to really happen to you that you didn't initiate this month. I think you've got most of the control in the month of May, as indicated by the first house here in Aries, because these are indicating self-initiation, or not self-initiation, but like self-initiative and things like that. So anything that you do this month and anything that you want this month is going to be gathered from your own efforts. And that's really important to know. So if you're expecting something to happen in the month of May, and you're hoping it'll fall into your lap, I don't think that you'll get as good of results if you do that, versus if you go out and try to get whatever it is that you want and seize the day. You may also be feeling much more attractive this month, by the way, because Venus, when she's in the first house, usually indicates somebody who's quite beautiful. So I think that this can indicate that maybe you're doing some changes to your physical appearance. Maybe you're going to be working on fitness. Maybe you're going to be working on your personal aesthetic. And that's mostly what I'm seeing. But it's really, you guys are very much like initiating your month this month. So we have dog, close-up pleasure with a friend, ram, stubborn, aggressive person, and basket, recognition and reward for merit. I feel like you may be paid a compliment from somebody that you find a close friend, or maybe you gain a close friend after you get some kind of recognition or compliments here. It's very nice. Now, I think that ram, a stubborn, aggressive person, might be indicating who will be giving you that compliment. Maybe they're an Aries person. Maybe they're a self-starter. Maybe they're somebody that's very competent and initiative and has a lot of initiative. That could be what we're seeing. So this Aries in the first house could definitely still be telling you that whatever you get is going to be referring to you. It's going to be helping you. It's going to be making you feel better. So I still think that this is going to be mostly you initiating things, especially with the Knight of Wands. That's a go-get-em energy. But I also think that Ram might also be you as well, because you're coming through as this Aries. Ram is aggressive. But this is, like I said, this isn't a negative type of aggression. This is like, aggressively making sure that you are getting what it is that you want out of life and all that. So let me take a look with the empowering questions cards. What can you tell me? What do they need to know this month? What do they need to be asking themselves this month of May? What do they need to be focusing on? Please show me in one of these cards, please. Whoops. Haha, that's funny. What is my instinct telling me to do? So that's something that you need to be focusing on. Instinct is going to be very important here. You might be, and that's the thing is, you may be wanting to sit and ignore your instinct. And that's why if some of you are sort of thinking, oh man, I have to initiate, it's because you're afraid of trusting your gut. So this is saying you're going to need to check into this several times this month of May and be like, okay, what do I want? What am I actually feeling? Because Aries is a very, like, I don't want to say primitive energy, but it's like it's like a primal energy that just like, goes. It pursues what it's feeling. Fire is very emotional, very passionate, and it has a great drive to it. And I think that fire signs are much more instinctual than others. So I feel like this is maybe you trying to tap into this and not overthink things. If your gut is telling you something, you may want to follow it more this month. What else do we want to see? What else are we looking at here? What does love mean to me? This is probably asking you that telling you this month that you need to pay attention to what you like. What do you love? What does it mean to appreciate these things? What do you appreciate in general? This can talk maybe about gratitude, and gratitude isn't necessarily sitting there and saying, man, I'm ungrateful. I got to go find something to be grateful for. I guess I'm going to go be grateful of this flat tire I got. I'm sure there's a lesson in that. Don't do that. What you need to do, though, for gratitude, and gratitude helps us see things better and through a better seeing things better and through a better lens. And when we see things through a better lens, we attract things that are similar to that. So when it comes to gratitude, what you want to do is not necessarily focus on the bad stuff and try to find a way to be thankful for it, but to look at the things in your life and go, okay, I really love these earrings. These earrings look great on me. They always get compliments, and I've had them for years, and they haven't broken, and they're just in good quality. They look great, yada yada. That's gratitude, and by doing those things and appreciating the things you literally already have, not because you're ungrateful for them, but maybe that you've took them for granted and forgot about them. By putting your focus back on those things, you're going to attract more things like that to you, especially because if you think about it every day, just do this as an exercise. Have one item that you have every day. It doesn't even have to be a different one. Just have that one item that has always been your favorite, and just focus on the qualities of why it's awesome. And then later on, as you go out throughout your day, you're going to start programming your mind, start seeing things just like that. Like, oh, well, I see that this is awesome. I'm going to look, my mind's going to start gravitating towards things that are equally as awesome. So you start to attract things. So you can start small, by accidentally attracting some new earrings because you love these one pair of earrings you really like. But you could also be attracted to things that you would like to kind of upgrade on. So say you love your life being single, but maybe also think about the qualities of the people in your life too. Like, so I really like having people in my life like this friend of mine. They're so rewarding and kind and And you can start to attract more people like that into your life because you're going to be more sensitive to the qualities of those people. So that's a really good exercise to start, not just for May, but for just in life in general. And then here we go. What is my life like when it is in balance? So this is the last thing that they're going to suggest is you need to pay attention to what, how much energy you're putting towards the things that you want, and make sure that you're not overdoing it. Sometimes when we are like, yeah, I'm gung ho, I'm going to go, you completely forgot that you have to eat, or you got to, take care of, other responsibilities, or you got other things that you got to do in life. It's okay that you're going to be putting your energy and your spirits in one place, but you also have to make sure that you don't completely forget about them. So that's what I've got for you, group one. Thanks for watching. If you'd like a private reading with me, please see me down in my Etsy shop. I got readings that start at $10 for 10 minutes. And then of course they go up. I also got some pretty great astrology readings too, if you're interested. So thanks for watching. I'm going to move on to group two. Hey, group two. So this is you guys. You picked this orange sort of sunset drink. This actually looks refreshing to me. I don't know what it would taste like, but I kind of like it. So I'm going to put these guys aside here for just a second. And I wanted to take some tarot first, okay? So let's take a look. Okay, we'll start here. All right, so to start with this, okay, so I don't see too much bad happening in April, only because your feelings about it were pretty relaxed. I think that maybe, well, for one thing, maybe you guys had a weird moment with somebody else, not necessarily weird, but maybe you had a moment with somebody else regarding the moon. That was one thing I'm getting here, is that, maybe you saw the full moon and it was amazing and it was super interesting. Or maybe there was something about the moon or lunar qualities that were really popping up. For some of you, maybe this discusses hormonal or women's issues being in the forefront, because while I see that these are here, the Four of Wands kind of indicates that you're okay You're not, you're not being disturbed by what the moon was doing. That's why I'm thinking that, for some of you, maybe this has to do with more lunar related things, cycles ending, or like actual feminine cycles, hormonal cycles, things like that. Um, uh, for those of you that are not, that doesn't resonate with the moon's energy present here, can just talk about uh, misunderstandings or worries being really prominent around that time. But I do think that something happened that actually improved the situation, and your worries were able to kind of dissolve, because the way that I'm seeing that you felt in April was like, okay, thank goodness we did some hard work. Oh, I got to relax now. I'm not going to rock the boat. I'm just going to enjoy my time. I went through a really dark period, so then I'm going to go and like relax at the end of the day. Watch more TV, watch more shows. Just kind of get to being comfortable at home with the people you're around, the friends you're around, things like that. Four of Wands is usually it's, some people call it like a rowdy party card, but it's actually about staying. It's actually about staying home, and but having like maybe a party, not a party, like a gathering at your house. So it's more like that, like having a gathering with people that you like to be around, that you're familiar with. I don't see this as somebody who's going out and meeting brand new spanking new brand new people. This is more like you're staying at home where you're comfortable, playing the games you've always played, enjoying the company of people you've always enjoyed. So for the most part, like I think it might have had a tough start, but later on you start to kind of, things mellowed out and you started to feel better. But what will happen in May? So we've got the Knight of Cups, we've got the Hanged Man, and then we got the Nine of Cups here. When I see this, it looks like you may be receiving some kind of, you could be receiving some kind of information from a friend. You could be getting a message. On the other end of the spectrum, this could be you going out and trying to be more sociable. How you're going to feel about this, though, is sort of like, I want to try to do this. I want to make these changes, but maybe it's difficult, or maybe you're having a hard time wrapping your head around it. But this can also mean, though, that you have somebody coming in, though, as well, that's coming to give you a message, and the message kind of gives you pause. It's like, I don't know how I feel about this. What am I going to do? It can talk about a surprise. It can talk about something that you expected to happening. And then from there, for some of you, you could have a premonition actually too. And that comes true. And you're like, oh my gosh, my prediction came true. Well, geez, I see the world in a different way now. I didn't think that sort of thing would happen. So that's one way that this can be interpreted. Another way, though, is that, maybe the prediction you had was that someone would be coming to say something to you, to give you some kind of notification or give you some kind of information, maybe even offer you like a date or something like that. Whatever the case is, this visitation, if it is from somebody, it's going to be very nice. It's going to be kind, but it's going to give you a moment to kind of catch your breath, because you're not going to be totally, like I said, you might be seeing them in a different way. You might be seeing the world in a different way. It could really leave you feeling kind of, do I want to say godstruck? I don't know what that phrase means, actually. It's just kind of gobsmacked. Godsmack? No, that's the band. I don't know. You'll feel taken aback. We'll just go with that. By the end of the month, though, whatever this is, by the end of the month, you're going to be in good shape. Nine of Cups talks about wish fulfillment, feeling content, feeling happy with what you got. There's no regrets at the end of this month. So whatever this is, I think that you'll either embrace it and have a good result. Or if you choose to decide to, say this changes the way you see somebody, and maybe it's in a negative light, you may choose to act upon that in a way that still results in you feeling like you did the right thing, or that you're in the right position, or that you are content with what you have. So let me take some cards here. We've got, seventh house. Look at that. That's a good sign, you guys. Mercury. Damn, I'm hitting my head on my microphone. This is awesome. So we have Mercury in Virgo in the seventh house. So first of all, Mercury likes to be in Virgo, so this is probably giving us a sign that this is a good a good indicator of what, oh man, sorry. I'm still pulling cards and I'm like getting excited as I do it. So this looks like a message could be coming in from an outsider, a partnership, a friend. And with Virgo here, this is saying that this could be, some kind of invitation to make things right, invitation to make things better, because Virgo is a fixer and Mercury wants to come in and say like, hey, let's repair this thing. Some of you, maybe this could mean that, somebody invites you to give you a ride. That's one thing too, just because Mercury's here, and, maybe this is somebody lending aid, because Virgo is very helpful. So if you ask for help, you may get a surprise message from somebody saying, hey, I'll help you. Like say you put up some kind of, say you put up some kind of like request online on, say, like Facebook, a public status of some kind, and you're like, hey guys, is someone there to help me? I've got this problem and this problem. And then maybe like that, crush or ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend or friend that you stopped talking to suddenly pops up out of nowhere, rekindles your friendship or your relationship and says, hey, I'll give you a hand. Or this could be somebody that maybe you later have a relationship with that you don't have one with yet, but they've offered to do you a favor. This can also mean that with Mercury here, this can mean that this person is offering to repair something for you, or they may offer to use their skills to benefit you in some way. So like if you have like a broken vacuum cleaner, this Mercury person is going to be like, hey, I'm really good with my hands. Can I fix it for you? And you may be really excited to get this news from them, because in the end, everything's okay. So 9 of Cups can be that the thing is fixed. 9 of Cups can be that you made it to the location you were planning to go to thanks to this person's help in some kind of way. So this is really fabulous energy. I think that you're going to be happy. You're going to be happy with what this is. So also, though, because Virgo can represent our daily duties and things like that, there may be something going on with the partnerships regarding work or assistance or something like that as well. The story still remains the same, that you might be getting some kind of help, but it changes the setting and makes it a little bit more specific as being in the workplace. But for most of you, it doesn't really matter. This is simply going to be a 7th house thing, meaning one-on-one interactions, one-on-one discussions, people that you're partnered with or want to be partnered with, friends that you were close with, things like that. So this won't be love for everyone. For some, it will just be very social, and you'll be, interacting with a person that you care about or want to care about, or you want them to care about you. So, Jug, it says lighthearted, carefree time, man, dealing or relationship with a man, and Bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. So I really think that what this is saying is that you're going to have something that needs fixing, and it gets fixed. And I think that this man is going to come along to help you with that. Now, like I said, it doesn't have to be like a mechanical fix. It could be like, hey, let's repair the relationship. Let's fix it. Let's make it better. Let's look at it from a critical eye and say, how can we change it? How can we do things differently? So this is really great. Now, I'm going to pull these cards here to see what you're going to need to be focusing on. Let's see. What is my worst fear? How does it limit my possibilities in life? So this may be talking about getting over your worries and fears. Maybe this has to do with the last month. This could also mean that when this person offers something to you, you may be hesitant to take it because you're a little bit fearful. You're a little bit suspicious of it, perhaps. But it's basically saying, is this your worst fear? And do you want to be commanded by that, And the next one we have is, what is my life like when it is in balance? So this is saying, if you're getting involved with this person, you want to make sure that you keep a balanced approach to it. Make sure that it's not too much. Like if you're like, oh, I really like this person, we really hit it off this month. You may not want to spend every waking moment with them, just because you could be forgetting about other obligations that need focus too. Lastly, am I focusing more on what my life looks like than what it feels like? So this is another thing. So if you are in a situation where you're very focused on maybe this, if this is asking for help too, if you have to ask for help, I wonder if you may be fearful of asking for help because of what it might look like. Like, you may be like, I need a ride because I don't have a car or something like that. You may have to feel, you may be worried about what it looks like to ask for help because people will think, oh, they don't have a car, so their life must be like this. How irresponsible. They don't have like a way to go to work. Like, there might be some kind of judgment like that. But you have to ask yourself, does it feel that way? You know, do you really feel horrible about what you're asking help for? So it's definitely telling you to not be so focused on what other people think about you or what other people think of your life. And that might be another thing, is if there's a fear about letting people in this month, because you're afraid of what they'll think of your life, it's more important for you to be happy with it. If you're happy with your life, happy with where you live, happy with what you do, there's no shame in letting people in to see that. And if what makes you happy isn't for them and that bothers them, then you don't need them in your life anyway. But chances are this person is going to be happy to help you. I don't think they've got any judgments towards you at all. So it's very positive, and I really hope that this happens. You guys come back and let me know. If you go down to the comment section and drop the number that you picked, and then come back and see if it came true. I would love to hear about it. I'd also love to hear if it didn't come true too. So just keep that in mind. I like both of those. I like input. It really helps me hone my craft here. So if you're interested in getting a private reading with me, you can get me down in the description box below. My Etsy shop is there. I have 10-minute readings for $10. I also have more readings as well. But if you're looking to get introduced to a private reading, that's the nice, affordable, cheap way to do it. Also, if you're interested in supporting me, my eBay shop has some decks there for you to buy if you're interested as well in that. So thanks for watching. I'm going to move on to group 2. Hi, group 3, terrarium milk box carton girl. I'm not sure how to describe what this is, but it's here, and you picked this. So I'm going to put these here for now. I'm going to take your tarot first. Just wanted you guys to pick from some cards. So one moment, let me just get into the groove here. Okay. One second. Let me take these two. I kind of want to see what's going on here. So I've got the Tower, 3 of Pentacles, 5 of Swords, Justice, and the Knight of Cups. I kind of want to take a clarifier for this too before I start. Can I clarify the 5 of Swords, please? Clarify the 5 of Swords. Queen of Pentacles. Okay. This month looked like it may be a little challenging, but yeah. Okay. All right, so I'll start here. So what you're coming out of, though, is this Tower moment. That was April. So you may have gotten struck with some surprising information, devastating news for some of you. You may have been told that a project failed, or that there was some kind of accident or something terrible happened. And it may have just feels like you got reset back to square one in some ways. This situation could have taken what your perception is of reality and just shattered it. And it could have been very hard for you to take, very hard for you to handle. Though I feel like for most of you, this is going to be more of a situation where you had something that you were working on and then it just got destroyed. So, and I feel like it might be something that's more practical though, like not practical, but like more material in this world because of Three of Pentacles here. So for some of you, like maybe you were working on a project and like the program failed without you saving. Like it froze and you got all of your hard work has been deleted or destroyed. So this could have been something though, because it was your whole month, this may have set you back quite a bit, made you do even more hours of work, made you do even, you had to work faster and harder and sacrifice more after this event happened. And it really, you honestly took it like a champ though, you guys. I really do think you took it like a champ, because how you responded was Three of Pentacles, which is like, okay, fine. We'll just go back to square one. We'll make a new foundation. We'll just start this over. You may even see you may have even seen this sort of situation as like a fated thing. Like, okay, I guess I'm just going to have to, maybe the idea sucked anyway. Maybe I need to try again. And that's maybe what we're seeing with the Tower here too. So like, because I see though that your response to this is Three of Pentacles was like, all right, I'll sit down. I'm going to get my buddies. Maybe we can, brainstorm and get this going again in a different way. And maybe we can make it even better. And that's like an excellent sort of way to see an accident like this. So you're kind of taking an accident and turning it into like a happy accident. Like had you not had this destroyed, you may have continued on working on something that you just didn't care about, but because you had already committed to it, you couldn't justify turning around. And I think that's what I'm seeing here, is that you're like, okay, I'm going to make lemons out of lemonade. And I see you doing that here. So what will happen in May? I have the Five of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. This is going to be, I feel like this may be kind of, this could be a lot of things. I want to take one more card here just so I can get a better feel. Can we clarify the Five of Swords, please? Or clarify the Queen of Pentacles. What is she doing in regards to the Five of Swords, please? Okay, Knight of Swords. Okay, I think you're gonna have to deal with someone's BS. And I got this vibe here with the Mars. I feel like somebody, now this could be somebody's attacking you online. That's a big thing, because this event here is being described down here as Mars Leosis and the 11th house. So I feel like this could be somebody in your group you're not getting along with them. Somebody that you have to work with, you're not getting along with. This could be, I feel like this, because when I was shuffling here, I did see the King of Pentacles. So I don't know if this is going to be a man or a woman necessarily. It's funny that the King showed but didn't come out, but then I saw the Queen of Pentacles come out. So I feel like this person is maybe earth energy. So this is very focused on money, very focused on the material world. It can lack depth in its negative energy here, which is what the Five is. It can lack, depth or joy or fun. This person can be very stern, very focused on the material and safety and all that stuff. But it might be more shallow. This could be somebody who spends too much, thinks that they need to hoard everything. Seems to think that they need to, own everything or be in charge of everything or be in control of everything, or else, they feel like everything's going to hell in a handbasket. Like this could be a control freak, and this person could be criticizing you, treating you poorly. And honestly, it may not be fair at all. This person may not be justified in doing this, perhaps. Or you may feel like they're not justified in criticizing you. And I feel like that's what justice is here, is that this situation doesn't feel fair. I think that it's showing us, being next to the Five, that it's not fair, and that it's not going to, it'll get under your skin, I think. Now, this says fair man, dealings with a relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. And I do think that this might be a man, because I feel like that King of Pentacles was really shouting to me. But this person might be older than you, though. Definitely with the Queen and King themselves, the one thing you can take away is that they're older. And I don't think they'll be so caring or nurturing towards you. This will be a new experience, though. And then with bread, we have period of prosperity and abundance. I'm not really sure how that's going to be, how you're going to be stepping into prosperity or abundance through something like this, but this might be some kind of outcome that I have failure translating. Maybe it's over literally over bread or something like that. Maybe you're a baker or something like that. Sometimes these cards here, these T cards, they can come out really literally. Like maybe you literally hurt your leg making bread or something. I don't know. It'd be ridiculous, but it's not out of the question. I've seen weirder things. But with this here, this tells me that the event that happens is an arrogant person may attack you. This could be part of your social group. They may publicly try to make you look bad or assault you in public or try to not assault you, but like verbally attack you in front of a group in hopes to humiliate you. Because this Leo energy here is coming through in a negative way just based on this here. And so I really feel like this is the more dramatic. I'm gonna make this person embarrassed, and I'm gonna make a show of it. So I feel like a lot of you are gonna know who this person is, because I don't think that this is just gonna be any old person. I think that this person probably has they're out to get you, I think. So I don't know if you can avoid this, because as it stands right now, everything might be fine. And you might be waiting the whole month, be like, okay, I guess this isn't happening. And then suddenly something happens and this person makes you feel like crap. It doesn't have to be a big dramatic thing. For some of you, it might be like a public humiliation of some kind. Because this person feels like they're in charge. They're the letter of, they're the king, So this person's feels like they're in charge and they have to do this stuff to you. I don't know, to make themselves look better or to, put you in your place or something like that. It's not nice energy. I don't really like seeing this. By the end of the month of May, you'll be the Knight of Cups. If this is a work experience, I feel like this is you looking for a new job. You're like, screw this. I'm out. I'm going to go and do something else. I'm going to see something else. I don't have time for this bullshit. Can I clarify the Knight of Cups? Yeah, whatever the case is, you have 4 of Wands here. So whatever this is, whatever happens, I feel like you're going to find a way to, reconnect to what matters most to you. And maybe that means that you're going to have to look for a new job. If this seems like you're already dealing with these themes, that's a possibility. I don't see you getting fired, though. I think that if anything, you would leave because you're angry. You're like, screw this. I'm gone. I'm not going to deal with any of this, any more disrespect. I'm done. I'm through. So I'm seeing that you're kind of like putting your foot down on how you deserve to be treated, because this Justice card is showing that you'll feel like you've been screwed. Somebody screwed you. This wasn't fair. And as a result, I see that you're going to be kind of taking passive action, because the Knight of Cups is not going to go out and fight this. And that's why I think that this is a work thing, because you're not in the position to fight. So they're the Knight of Swords. You're the Knight of Cups. And it's like, instead of countering this with hostility, you're going to counter it with evasion, just getting away from it, which is fine. I think that's all you can do in some cases. So, especially with Knight of Cups being the Pisces card, I think that this does indicate that you're going to just say, I'll cut my losses. I'm going to go find something elsewhere before this gets worse. So I think that it's going to be a rough month, but I think that you'll get through it. Now, let's see what advice here we have for you. What do you need to consider this month? Who am I? Geez. Okay. It's true. You're probably going to have to ask yourself, who am I? Do I deserve this? If I sit and take this, am I going to be representing myself as how I feel I should be treated? Sometimes staying in a bad situation only reaffirms that you should be treated in that negative way. And so this may be you saying that you need to change the script. You need to change the story and and who you are in the story. Are you, someone who always gets kicked when they're down, or are you the heroine or hero of your story where you learn to stand up for yourself or take action and get out of a situation before it's too late? And for some of you, this could be a relationship too. Just keep that in mind. It doesn't have to be work. This might be somebody that you're partnered with that you can't fight back against. That's another thing. So, would I be proud of myself if I spoke to other people in the same way my thoughts speak to me? How do my thoughts speak to me? So you're going to be wanting to take care of what your mental dialogue is, your inner dialogue. What are you saying to yourself? The way that you speak to yourself may be the reason why you are still stuck in this situation, okay? So if you sit there and say, I'm garbage, I'm trash, I'm terrible, people will start to treat you that way because you'll start to act that way. It's the spell you put on yourself. You're casting your own curse upon yourself by saying these things and believing them over time. You say these things maybe to feel like, maybe to feel bad for yourself because you feel like nobody does. So you might kind of roll in it to make it worse, but it's not helping you like it would if it were a real person. So it's like, why bother? One more card. Am I doing more of the things that keep me alive or more of the things that make me feel alive? What makes me feel alive? So this is kind of trying to tell you that you need to figure out, do you work to live or do you live to work? That's kind of another question here. And it doesn't necessarily mean work necessarily. This could be that you are in a relationship, like I said, and are you there for survival or are you there because you're really in it? You want to ask if you're being authentic in the things you're doing and the things that you're supporting. By staying in a relationship where people treat you badly, you are supporting that behavior. It's not going to change so long as you're allowing it to by being present for it. So that's another thing you're going to have to consider. But that's what I got for you, group 3. If you would like a private reading with me and you want to buy one of those, I have 10-minute readings for $10 to start. And I got lots of other stuff there that you can engage with. But you can find that in my Etsy shop down in the description box below. I also have astrology readings. So if you're having difficulty identifying yourself, figuring out what you need, figuring out what you're at risk for when it comes to workplace things like bullying and stuff like that, I can find that in your chart and I can help you try to find a way to address it. So if you're interested in that, you can also get that as a natal report in my Etsy shop as well. So thank you for watching. I'm going to move on to group 4. Hello, group 4. So this is for those of you that picked the rose water. I think this is my favorite one. I just in general like rose water. So, so these are your cards, but I'm going to start with tarot first and I will show you those after I'm done with that. So let's take some cards here. One moment, please, while I get centered. Okay. Gosh, the Knight of Cups keeps showing up in all my readings today. Like 3 out of 4 of them. Ooh. Ooh, what's this? We got the Lovers. So, let me take the rest here too, actually. I'm seeing a theme with partnerships this month. Yes, this is going to be a good month for you, I think. It may come with a little bit of melancholy or bittersweet endings, but I think that you're going to be seeing some positivity in May. So last month wasn't so bad. We got Knight of Cups. It's possible that you could have met somebody or maybe got an offer from somebody, or, this can talk about friendships and relationships that come in and offers and things like that. So there could be some kind of action that was taken that was romantic in nature or just friendly. Knight of Cups, while it can be romantic, it can be friendship too, like genuine, sincere connections with people. So it doesn't have to be really romantic if that didn't happen, but it can be talking about something happening between you and a friend or you and somebody that you just generally care about. So I I want to get a little bit more clarifier because it says an action was taken, but I want to know what type of action. What type of action was taken with this Knight of Cups? Okay, well, it might have been confusing. So it's an action that could have been confusing because the Knight of Cups represents Pisces and I have the Seven of Cups here. This can talk about more than one option being given here and having difficulty choosing. It can talk about analysis paralysis is a big one. Seven of Cups, though, can talk about temptations. Like this person came along and they said, here's a cup. And you're like, what's in it? Is it this rose? Is it the snake? Is it this whirlwind? The Seven of Cups is temptations, like 7 deadly sins. Each of these cups is very nice, but it comes with a downside. So there may have been some worries that you were delivered maybe in the guise of like good information, new information that came in. So like maybe you've been waiting for somebody to break up with another person and you got news for it, but now you're like, oh, well, now we got some problems here. Do I want to take a step forward towards them, or do I want to maybe, try to just see if they come to me? It's kind of like you might have been uneasy, like, ooh, what do I do now? So with the Three of Wands showing us how you felt in April, it's like, I think whatever choice you decided to take was to just cast something out there and see what happens. So you might have sent out a message to a friend or like a partner or somebody. I mean, maybe you're looking for a job and you cast a resume out there, hoping the Seven of Cups can talk about multiple different employers out there, multiple different job offers. But whatever it is that you did, you set the things in motion with the Three of Wands, and then you kind of just decided, okay, hands off now. I did everything I need to do. Now we'll just let fate decide and see what happens. I know something will happen, but we'll just, what the quality of that will be, we don't really know. So you kind of have this hands-off approach regarding whatever this instance was here. So as we move on, what will happen in May? Well, we have the Eight of Cups. So interesting, though, we have Moon, Libra, and Service, the 6th house. And then Eight of Cups is also defining what this might be. Well, Eight of Cups, though, it looks like you might be deciding to move from home for some of you. You might be trying to leave a situation that is comfortable. So if you're looking for a job, you might decide to walk away this month, this May. If you are in a relationship that's all right, but maybe not really setting you ablaze anymore, you might decide that you're going to walk away from that too. The Eight of Cups talks about something, it's not broken, but you just feel like it's not something that you desire anymore. There's something bigger and better on the horizon for you. So there may not be. So yeah, like a part of me sort of seeing a job offer that you got offered and you're like, oh, I wasn't looking for a job, but I guess, I'm not really liking it here anymore. That's one thing. Or, you could be dating someone and someone's like, I'm not looking for a new boyfriend or girlfriend, but, I'm not exactly thrilled with my current situation. So yeah, you could be walking away from something that is comfortable, something that's tried and true that you can come back to, that feels that will always be stable and enjoyable, but it doesn't make you grow. Doesn't make you feel like you've done good or done anything or done something that it doesn't make you feel like you're. Does it bring you joy? We'll just say, does it bring you joy? Like that condo. And so in this journey that you decide to take, the Wheel of Fortune is here, indicating that you're going to have a very bright, optimistic feeling about where you're headed. This decision, I think once you make it, is going to feel pretty good. Like, you're like, okay, I'm making the change I want to see in my life. I'm taking control of things. I'm going to embrace a little discomfort for a better payout later on. And that's the decision that you make. And, but overall, you're very optimistic about it. You don't feel like you don't know if it's a good or bad choice, but you don't care because what you're seeking is change. And that's all you really want. You want to disrupt the status quo in your life. So, by the end of this month, we have the Lovers. I feel like this shows that I feel like honestly, at the end of May, you're going to be kind of left at a cliffhanger, because Lovers is sort of a fork in the road. So I feel like most of the stuff is going to be happening towards the end. You may, though, for some of you, find a partnership. You may find that perfect partnership between you and a company, or you and a person, or you and a friend. You may find the school that you want to go to. You might find that perfect, what's perfect for you in this situation. So I think for some of you, it will be, though, a cliffhanger, like, which will she choose, or which will he choose, find out in June, like there's that. But then also, a lot of you could actually have made the decision and feel like you did make the right choice, and that you have found that perfect thing, XYZ, whatever it is, for you. So it's kind of a happy ending. And, I think for the most part it will be, because we have bouquet, compliments from an admirer, dogs, getting together with friends, and butterfly, a change for the better. This is a really positive reading, you guys. I like to see this. There is some kind of happy change, but here we see Libra and the moon. This is talking about emotional choices in partnership. When it comes to Libra, Libra is about measuring, weighing the options. Does this work? Does that work? Is this person for me? Is that person for me? I don't like this company's, culture, but I like the wage they're going to give me. This one, I don't really like the what they're going to pay me, but it's more my culture, like that sort of thing. Like, you have to weigh your options. And I think that with the sixth house, it does talk about your daily routine. So this can talk about moving to a new place for some of you, because the moon is here. That's your domestic issues. That's your house. That's your country. That's where you're from. It's your origins point. And so it may be a very difficult decision, but it's for the greater good in the end. So, it's going to be tough, only because it'll be very tough if you're indecisive, or if you feel like you're being held back, for other people. Like, oh, I don't want to move out because my mom needs me, or, I don't want to leave this person because they're a good person. I'm not in love with them, but they're not, but I'm not, but I'm not in love with them, So that could be something that you're facing this month. But I think that you will be getting together with friends who might be helping you sort things out. I think that you will also, like I said, compliments from an admirer. I really wonder if you guys are it's either a job that's trying to recruit you while you're already invested, or somebody who wants to date you while you're already attached. So I think that's kind of what's going on, and you might be making those changes, but the changes, like I said, might be worth it. And that this change for the better is showing that, whatever direction you choose, so long as you're true to yourself, like if you, truly just don't feel happy where you're at, don't feel like you have to leave a situation. If you got this reading and say, maybe there wasn't a situation that was meant for you in any of the piles, and this is the one you got that was the closest, you really do want to make sure that you're making the right decisions for you, and not because you watched this reading. Okay. That's the thing, is I can only tell you about themes that are happening, but I can't give you great, like, life advice when I'm here and talking to many people. So I just want to put the disclaimer there that I don't know what you're going to choose, and I don't know if these options are really as awesome as they seem. So you want to make sure that you really focus on what it is that you're being offered and what you're leaving behind. Maybe you do like a Venn diagram and talk about, look at things that, are really awesome for you and things that are not so awesome for you. You really want to weigh your decisions and not choose something just because this says that whatever you choose is going to be a good outcome. You want to make sure you're making the right decision, and it's an informed decision too. This is not an informed decision. Okay. I like to put this out here because it is a general reading. If you want help making a decision, though, get a private reading with me, because we can talk about it and I can kind of help you better. I can guide you based on what the situation is actually going on for you. So let me get some other cards here. Things to consider here. So what kinds of good and beautiful things am I experiencing in this moment? Okay. So this might be also saying that, like I said, for some of you, if you're in the wrong spot and you don't have a way to know that you're in the wrong spot, and you don't want to get a private reading, this is saying that for some of you, you might want to really take stock of what you like about your life, what you like about these connections that you're in, about the job you're at, with the spouse you're with. What does love mean to me? Is the person who's coming after you wanting to treat you nicely? Is the company that wants to treat you, are they offering to treat you the way you should be treated? You need to ask, what does that mean to you? How do you expect to be treated? How do you expect to be appreciated? What do you need to be content in regards to these things? These are the questions you have to explore this month. Why am I doing the things I'm doing right now? Again, you want to question your motives for things. If you are being offered something, you want to ask why you want to leave it. Like I said, if something's not totally wrong, or if you're in a situation that's not the worst, you want to ask why you're doing it, or why it is that you want to leave it. Is it because, you just don't feel like you love that person anymore? Or is it because the other person just kind of stirs your loins up? That's another thing. You don't want to be chasing hormones and dropping out of a perfectly good connection. Just so you want to make sure that you really take a moment and analyze what you have, where you are, and imagine what life would be like if you're to leave this situation behind. That's just the most important thing that I think you need to do, is just to analyze the options that you've got going on here. So anyway, if you'd like to get a private reading with me, you can get one on my Etsy shop. I have 10-minute readings for $10 to start there. I also have astrology readings and reports where I analyze your chart and I get to know you, and I can tell you how you work, what your inner workings are, and all that stuff. And it can help you actually when it comes to like your destiny, like where you're headed in life, and what type of people you are going to attract in your life, and all that sort of thing. So if you're interested in that, I have that on my Etsy shop as well. What else? Do I have anything else to mention here? No, not really. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you like my content, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye now.